Hey guys, so I asked you all on Twitter what eyeshadow palette you wanted me to use in my next tutorial, and it was a three-way tie. It was a dead heat, so I had to be the deciding factor. So I decided to go with the Morphe James Charles palette because um, it had the most colors in it that I needed. You saw the title, Candy Corn Eyeshadow Tutorial. So this has a bright yellow, which is what I needed, and I needed a specific shade of orange. And I was playing around with this, and I saw that if I mixed that with that, it gave me that, which is the exact orange that is in Candy Corn. But this palette also had a bonus to it that the other two didn't have. It has a white. That didn't really matter because I was going to use a white base anyway, but this will just intensify the white and make it even better. So, and not only that, but I think that of the three palettes, this is probably the one that the most of you have. So that's the one that I'm going to use. But I'm glad that the results came in the way they did, because if the other two palettes got votes, then I guess you want me to use those palettes as well. So maybe in the future I can do some videos using those palettes too. Okay, for the base, like I said, I'm going to use a white base. I'm going to use my NYX Jumbo Eye Pencil in Milk. If you don't have this, and you would like to purchase a white base, you may want to purchase the Wet n Wild paint pot in white that is in their Halloween collection that is out at the stores right now. This is a really great white base, and it's less than $2. So I don't remember what the NYX ones are, but I don't think that they're $1 and change. They're more than that. And they're basically the same, except this is in stick form and this is in pot form. So I didn't need this, but I picked it up now because it's only available during Halloween time. So I wanted to get this so that when this got older and it was time to purge it, I would have this waiting in a drawer to be used. Okay, so I'm just gonna put some of this all over the entire eye area, and I feel like it blends a lot better with my finger than it does a brush, because this is very thick and heavy, and the warmth from your finger is going to help blend it. Now, another reason why it's good to use a heavy base for this look is that James Charles palette. Some of the shadows in there are not actually eyeshadows, they're pressed pigments. And sometimes, not always, but sometimes pressed pigments can stain your skin. So I honestly don't remember like which shades in the palette stain and which ones don't, but I know that the yellow is a pressed pigment, and one of the oranges that I'm going to be blending together is also a pressed pigment. So it's always better to err on the side of caution if you're not sure what the result is going to be. There was a pigment that I used to have years ago, and every time I used it, it would stain my skin, and then I would have to do eyeshadow looks in that color family every day until it faded enough that it would go away, because nothing would take it off. Okay, so that's blended in nicely. I already have on foundation primer, foundation, concealer, powder, bronzer, and I did my brows. Oh, and by the way, the person that left the comment about my brows saying that they liked the taupe products better on me than this light brown. I do too, but I love the formula of these products so much that I'm willing to compromise a little bit on the color because they are such a dream to work with. I'm talking about the Believe Beauty brow products. They're all great. The pencil, the styling gel, the universal brow palette, all of them, the formula is incredible. So that's why I've been using these instead of those other ones that I showed you guys in taupe. All right, so let's dive into this Morphe palette. I remember when I bought this probably about a year ago, I was going crazy looking for this. I wanted it so bad. And I was so excited when I finally found it. But just like with anything else, you know, time goes by, you use it a few times, you move on to the next thing. I'm trying really hard to not buy as much makeup as I used to, so that I can use what I have more often. Okay, so we're going to go right into that bright white, and this is just an e.l.f. contour brush. And I'm just going to do that as the brow bone highlight. And that goes nicely over that NYX jumbo pencil. I'm seeing less and less of those NYX jumbo pencils. A lot of stores have like cut back on the amount of shades that they carry, and some stores don't carry them at all anymore. And it's too bad because, you know, sometimes you need something like that. It's always good to have a white and a black in your collection. The black is really great for things like those L'Oreal holographic eyeshadows. Those look amazing over a black. Okay, I want to make sure that I have down enough of the white on top, because that's our first layer for the candy corn. All right, next I'm going to go in with this Morphe M506 brush. And what I'm going to do is go into the bright yellow. By the way, the white is called Flashback, and the bright yellow is called B. And this is going to go in the crease. Wow, that is really pigmented. You can tell that's a pressed pigment. And when you touch these, they do kick up a lot of powder. So between the pigmentation and the powder, you just want to be really careful how much you put on your brush, because you could get into a situation where you can't really blend it out that well. So less is more. Oh, I was going to pin my hair back before I started, and I got talking and I forgot. Okay, we don't have to be as careful with this as we normally would, because really it's just going to be like the candy corn eyeshadow colors. Let me put these clips in my hair so I don't have to keep pushing back my hair. See how my hair is wicked curly naturally on the underneath part, and then the top part is straight. Different textures. But that's because I think the straight part is the part that still has got color to it. I don't have that much longer to go probably about this much longer in the front, and then it'll finally all be grown out. Okay, so I'm going to use my Rite Aid Renewal brush for the next colors. So I'm going to use the two oranges. I'm going to blend them together. They're called 518 and Rusted. So those two right there mixed together are going to make this candy corn orange. I was actually going to do this last year around Halloween, and I had press pigments, single press pigments in pots that were the perfect shades to use, and the website that I bought them from, shopmissay.com, it kept saying out of stock, and I didn't want to do the video until those products were available to buy, because it's not really fun to watch somebody do a tutorial and not be able to recreate it at home if you can't purchase the products yourself. So they never came back into stock anyway. One of the colors was never out of stock, but the other one was, which is too bad because it's a nice product, but yeah, I try to not use anything that's discontinued or limited edition. Occasionally I will wear something, but not if I'm doing a tutorial. But I will occasionally wear something that's not available anymore if it's something that I really, really like, because it just seems like such a waste to have it sitting in a drawer. Okay, now I'm going to go back to the Morphe brush and back to the yellow and just go over those edges just a little bit. Just want to make sure that you can see orange, yellow, white. Okay. The next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to take this CoverGirl Perfect Point Plus eyeliner, and by the way, when I'm putting my hand on my face like that, I'm not pulling on the skin. I'm just like steadying my hand, almost like stabilizing myself by touching my hand. For some reason, it makes it less likely for me to make a mistake. Yeah, you don't want to pull on that eye area any more than you have to. Well, you shouldn't pull on it at all, really. Okay, I'm going to put a little bit of Essence Lash Princess False Lash Mascara on those lower lashes. So if you wanted to do this, like for Halloween, you could do this eye look and then maybe put on like, they've got a lot of Halloween themed tops in the stores right now, t-shirts, sweaters, all that kind of stuff. So you could do your eyes this way and then just put on one of those Halloween themed tops. And I put on my false lashes 2 videos ago, so I will put those on and then come back. Oh, and if you're going to do wings with a liquid eyeliner, make sure you do that before you put your lashes on, because otherwise the magnetic lashes will pop up. So I just made that mistake. That's why I'm telling you. So I ended up using the House Laboratories wings because when I started trying to draw in that area, yeah, the corner of the lash would pop up. So there's that. Okay, I'm going to take a Zoeva pencil brush and I'm going to go back into that palette and there we go. I'm going to go back into that palette and I'm going to take some of those 2 orange colors and just put a little bit underneath that lower lash line area, just to incorporate that color too. There we go. Okay, now orange and yellow are warm colors, and so isn't red. So we're going to incorporate a 3rd color into this look. I'm going to use my Wet n Wild Paint Pot in red for my blush, and this is on the Fantasy Makers display that is out for Halloween. This is a Real Techniques contour brush, but I like it for blush. And I'm just going to put my brush in there and put some of that on. Because of the texture of this product, it almost blends better with your fingers because it's like a wet, slippery type thing. So I'm going to use my fingers. I'm not going to use any highlight today because the makeup is crazy enough without putting on a highlight. I am going to do a lip though, and I'm going to incorporate the red. I'm going to do a red lip to tie that into the blush. This is Believe Beauty lip liner in Intense Rouge. So I line my lips using the tip of the pencil and then tilt it sideways to fill them in. Ooh, almost dropped it. Okay, just so we're clear, this is for Halloween. This is not like an everyday wearable look. I Just want to make that clear. This is a Halloween look. Okay, I'm going to use Believe Beauty lip gloss in Mimosa. So I thought we could do some shine on the lips where the eyes are all matte. All right, so let's get these hair clips out. Ow. So yeah, a festive Halloween themed top, or if that's not your jam, then you know you can't go wrong with black. And so this is my Halloween candy corn eyeshadow tutorial for Halloween. Bye guys, thanks for watching.